Hi Pisces, this is Kacee with your love reading for April. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful that you're here with me today. I'm sending out lots of love and blessings to you. So the first couple cards that we pull are going to be the emotion cards, and I'm going to pull you guys on the left and then the other energy on the right. This may resonate in a romantic situation, family, co-worker, relationship with self, or relationship with spirit. So we're going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards. Now I was doing a pre-shuffle for you guys and 2 cards fell out, so we're going to use those as bonus cards. So we're going to go ahead and pull your energy cards. All right. Wow, all kinds of energy cards coming out for you guys. Well-deserved reward. Open up. Crown chakra. Oops, sorry guys. Didn't expect all these cards. Holy moly. All right, let's go ahead with their emotion card. Well-deserved reward. Open up in crown chakra. Well, right off the bat, I'm getting a real strong message that for a lot of you, you are embracing your ascension to a higher level in your spirituality, and it's helping you in your everyday life, and that's what it's supposed to do. And you're listening to your intuition when you're confronted with certain situations, people, their attitudes, their energies. You know, you're navigating differently because you're using your psychic abilities to read the person more accurately and on their spiritual level than on their ego level, and you're able to manipulate the situation for the best instead of letting it get out of hand for the worst. And you've noticed that there's been a continual pattern then when you are nudged to say or do a certain thing and you do it, it works out better for everyone involved. And I believe that you've just reached a new plateau with that. If you notice, he's standing very tall. He has his hands on his hips. He's like really proud of himself. He has the sun illuminating him from behind. He's very high up above the clouds. And this is a very good job. Job well done. Well-deserved reward. And your reward is opening up to receiving further messages. But if you notice, the more you raise your vibration, the more earthly rewards you're getting. You know, it's easier at work. You get a raise for just doing your job. You get a sale that you didn't expect. There's little benefits to you raising your vibration that add up to a lot of blessings. And so keep that in mind while you're going through this, because this is kind of really intense with the crown chakra, you know, because that's, you know, listening to your higher self all the time, being on high alert spiritually, in really using that knowledge to navigate through the earthly realms. And you're seeing the benefits financially in different parts of your life, of course, but definitely the financial things are easier. You know, things that you want are coming to fruition faster. If you're trying to work on a project and you think it's going to take 4 hours, it takes an hour and a half and it's ass kicking, and you're like the bomb, you know, you really nail the whole meeting and you're like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, no worries. I got this. Now they're coming in with believe and succeed. So they're coming in with the same kind of energies. They're coming in very strong, very confident. I'm pulling the ones that popped out of the deck, and I'm going to lay them here. Strengthening bonds, find balance, and helpless and hopeless. Wow. I'm really going to clarify the helpless and hopeless. Now, you could be dealing with an energy that just had a very big tower moment or a very big rough spot in their life. It can be losing a job, losing a relationship, losing someone to the spirit side. Whatever it is, they've taken a hit. And I feel like they've gone down the wrong path for a few minutes while they're trying to heal from whatever hit they just took. And you're trying to strengthen a bond with them in a way that you hadn't been close to them on this level before, or there's been some social distance that you are unable to be in their everyday life. Say like a best friend that you've had since childhood, but they live you know, in a different state, and you guys only like Facebook now or call once in a while, kind of texting, and there's a distance because you're not in each other's realm and in the physical area to stay in touch with the everyday things and the everyday battles. Finding balance between helping them and not overdoing it, because we know that they have to go through portions of this on their own. So we have to give them tough love when they need it, and then we have to give them the softer side when they need it as well. And I believe that's why it's referencing the female here on the strengthening bonds. That's a softer energy. It's not aggressive, like in your face, you know, we're ready to fight. It's let me take your worries away, but you have to let them work through them as well. And finding that balance is really hard, but they know that with your support and with their new found path, they're going to be able to succeed in this, even though that this hit was pretty big. Again, I was only going to pull one of the wisdom cards, but 4 fell out. So let's go ahead and put them up. And I'm not sure which side they belong on because they popped out all in the same time. We have Fragment and High Priestess of Earth, Wishing and Reminder. All right, I'm going to put these down here. Wishing and reminder, you know, that is looking back on the past and wishing that things were different. Being able to redo certain things that we have done in our youth that, you know, kind of could have screwed some stuff up, you know. Sometimes we lucked out and other times we didn't, and there was choices that were made and there was consequences to be paid. And, you know, wishing in one hand is not helpful. You know, having that reminder in the other hand is kind of bringing it all back. Now, I feel that part of it you can't forget, you know, because you have to learn from those occasions that you kind of did mess up. Now, in our past wasn't all bad either. There are some beautiful moments and some happy memories that we want to keep with us, and that's the stuff we want to focus on. So if there's stuff coming up for them and they're getting a little heavy with everything that they're dealing with, what they're feeling right now, it's important that we give them that space. Now you, on the other hand, you are leaps and bounds in your spirituality. You just went through this huge thing and you had come out of the fragment feeling, okay, into the High Priestess of Earth, which is very grounding, which is very solid, which is very spiritual within the earthly realms. I mean, this encompasses nature and pets and creativity and those areas. Family, of course, with the earth. That kind of represents the pentacle side. And here we have the fragment where you're coming in like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in the earthly realm, 1 foot in your emotional realm, 1 foot in your spiritual realm. And finally, you are able to stand on one solid ground and be balanced and know that you're listening to your intuition and things are becoming easier. And this is something that you can help with, you know, show them how you did it. And they open up about your experiences. Teach people how to get to where you are just by simple conversation. And sometimes it's just planting a seed in 1 or 2 sentences in someone's ear at the grocery store, or it could be mentoring someone that really needs more time and energy, like a family member or a spouse. Again, we have strengthening bonds, and these are our bonus cards: finding balance and helpless and hopeless. And I feel that the finding balance and the helpless and hopeless is more so on their side because they're in the believe and succeed. They're just starting to believe that they can pull this shit out. They're really starting to pull themselves together. You're helping them with what you're doing by keeping an eye on them, by mentoring them, by giving them that unconditional love and support. But they don't have to forget the happy times. Not all of it was bad. And you guys are amazing, okay? You went from Fragment to High Priestess of Earth. I mean, you were just kicking ass and taking names. And you were just like, boop, 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 goal, goal, goal. You were just oh my God, exceeding everything that you were doing. And if you notice that there was a lot of things that went with you, just went click, click, click. And it was like, bam, I'm already here. I thought this would take me 6 months and it took me 3 weeks. And it's like you're seeing things moving way faster and you're still getting all the same accomplishments, all the same knowledge. You're not skipping any steps. It's just a lot easier because you're downloading and you're watching the signs and the synchronicities. And, you know, instead of getting into a conflict with someone, you say something that makes everything turn around. And, you know, because we all have those coworkers that, you know, are difficult to deal with, or maybe customers or something, and you know that every time they come in the room it's going to be something, and you know, you hit them with something different and it diffuses the situation, and it came from your intuition, and you're like, wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm going to say I listen to them again. We are coming in with unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Wow. Let's go ahead and pull their romantic card as well. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So there is some conflict within this relationship. You are not interested in them in this energy right now. Even though you want to help them, it's not a romantic thing. It's a friendship. And if they think more of this than it is, they're in them asking you, give this a chance, and you're not into it. It could be because your energy levels are not on the same plane right now. They can be amazing people, but if you don't click on different energies and on your spirituality and having that same path to be on, it's not going to work, because you're so elevated and you've ascended so much higher than them at this time. And this doesn't mean that they can't catch up. This doesn't mean that they won't catch up. It just means that you went boom, 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 boom. And it was like you skipped from like middle school to college and you missed all of high school. They're still in high school with their energies. And so you need to be with people more of that level so that you can keep learning and ascending and aspiring to something better. They're not there yet. And there's nothing wrong with it. We all go through this at our own pace, but I feel that you helping them is going to give them a mixed message about how you feel about them in a romantic way, and you're going to have to set them straight nicely, of course, without getting them upset and or having them give up, because right now they're in a low time and you know that, but you don't want to lead them on either. So let's see what Spirit has to say about getting some advice on that. You know, I'm going to pull this deck instead. Let me give this one a shuffle. Yeah, because they really have fallen for you because of all the things and how kind you are to them. And they have a crush. They really do. But they're not ready for a relationship in any way, shape, or form, okay? This can be somebody from the past, and then they find you. You guys hook up somewhere, like on a social media site, and you bump into each other, and all of a sudden, they're like, hey, what's up? And you're like, yeah, no. You know, I still love you as a friend, but it's not going anywhere. You're coming in with belief. Your beliefs are right for you. So this really just confirms that you have ascended higher. So your boundaries are different. Your expectations are different. And you have grown as a person, and they're not going to meet your standards at this time. And everyone has value. So this is really a nice card because this is acceptance of how different you guys are on a different level, and that's what they need to see, and that's what they need to understand. It's nothing personal. You have value in their life, even if it's not in a romantic way. They will always be able to count on you, and you'll always be there for them, but it will never be the same on how it was. Or if there's a new person that you've taken under your wing, it will never move past what it is right now. And they have to understand the value that you present in their life, but on your boundaries. And they will. And they'll actually appreciate it a lot that they have someone like you in their corner. A child's love, the love between a parent and a child, is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first little cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. So this could be someone that has a need that they're younger or acting younger, and I don't mean like a child, but like a young adult. And they're just, or they could just be young at heart and young at spirit. And that's how you look at them as well, is that you look at them as like someone that's young that needs to have a little TLC in the area of like a parent or an older sister or an aunt kind of value in a relationship. Memories. Your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in spirit, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of the love that you have for one another. So again, their reminder and memories are living in the past. They're acting in a childlike way, and that's where their emotional base is coming from, and that's how you are feeling towards them, is that you are feeling very protective of them, but in a parent-like way, even though that they are your age. I'm not saying that they are younger, it's more they're acting so open as in a childlike hurt, and you want to kind of help them through it, but the romance is never going to be there again because you are a higher ascension at this time. So I feel kind of bad for them because they have like this huge crush on you. They're thinking about the past relationship they had with you, how that worked at that time, and they don't want to give up that memory, but your value in their life has changed. But it's actually changed for the better. They just don't see it now, because if anything had happened and you broke up again, they wouldn't have you in their life. But this way they can keep you in their life for the needs that they have, and you can fulfill those needs. And this will be a beautiful friendship, but not a beautiful romance. So guys, thank you for letting me read for you today, Pisces. I really appreciate the time. I would love to have you back, so please like and subscribe. Take care.